But let's start off with you and your number 5 offensive play of the year.
I went with Roderick Thompson versus Kansas, a 36-yard untouched run up the middle. We didn't have a lot of long runs on the year.
Yeah.
So to get a Sarad 36er for a touchdown early in that game, puts you up by 2 scores, was really nice, good run there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a play I considered. Outside looking in for me. My number 5 is the Donovan crosses over the defender against Oklahoma for the touchdown run. Because that was just such a little sick play. Rewatching it, because in the stadium you didn't realize how good a juke it was until I rewatched.
I did, but yeah, on replay,
I knew it was a good juke, but he juked twice and just completely put that guy. It was a basketball. It was Allen Iverson crossover on a football field. It was just really cool. Got in on the end zone, a touchdown that we needed at the time. Cool play for me, so that gets the nod on my number 5. My number 4, and unfortunately it wasn't a game we won, but I can't not mention big play Trey Cleveland.
Yes, thank you.
I can't not mention him. His catch against Kansas State, where the defender was holding on to his arm, pass interfered, caught the ball with his other hand, and then drugged the dude another 15 yards.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything else into consideration under this, just an incredible play by him, and he made some pretty incredible plays for you this season, but that was the one that stood out to me the most, just the determination to make that catch, and then to drag the guy on his back for another 15 yards was pretty cool. Unfortunate you weren't able to do anything with it, but that was one of my favorite plays from him this year. So, Dustin, your number 4 play.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the catch Cleveland in there. I had a hard time remembering a lot of plays. I went with a lot of winning games, so I'm going to go with another receiver, and Darren Bradley, who is starting to rack up some awards.
Yeah.
Also, that has was like eye-opening. He's getting freshman awards. I'm like,
yeah.
He's only a freshman. Awesome.
I don't think he played enough games last year so we got to redshirt him. So yeah.
So I got him with a 44-yard touchdown pass against Oklahoma from Shuck to put you up in the fourth quarter, up 7. Again, kind of like my Roderick play. You didn't have a lot of deep shots this year. So when you get one in the game you win against Oklahoma, I got to put it in there.
Yeah, I agree. That was an outside looking in for me, as well as one that I kind of debated there at like that 4th, 5th spot. But yeah, good plays there. Your number 3 play of the year for the offense.
Well, number 3, going back to Oklahoma. Lots of Oklahoma games in here, but there's lots of good plays in there. Is quarterback to quarterback.
Yeah.
Shuck to Donovan Smith in the end zone. Touchdown. We have not loved the 2 quarterback plays in system this year, and it usually led to just a Donovan Smith, quarterback draw somehow.
Yeah.
This time we actually put him in motion, and they left him uncovered. And fun fact, he was a wide receiver in high school for most of his career, so he had no problem catching a touchdown pass against Oklahoma. That was a very nice drawn-up play by Kitley.
Yeah, that Donovan Smith 2 quarterback package worked well, as 2 of our top plays of the season have come from that game and that formation. My number 3 is Shuck to Cup for the touchdown to go ahead and beat Iowa State on the road. It was a 4-yard touchdown pass, but it was a great catch by Baylor Cupp, and honestly
won the game. That's all that matters.
Won the game on a game where you couldn't score touchdowns, but it was also one of your only tight end catches of the season. So on your much heralded tight end room, but it was a nice catch from Baylor Cupp, helped you win a game that got you bowl eligible. So a very important catch on the season and a big win there. So my number 2 is going to be heading back to Donovan Smith and his walk-off touchdown run against Houston to win the game in overtime. That is my number 2 play. Obviously, it was a huge win at the time. Houston was ranked, and you go to overtime and you get that job done. a huge win there. So Donovan Smith gets my nod for number 2. Dustin, your number 2 play of the season on offense.
My number 2 is kind of going to be a twofer. But I'm going to have to go to the kicking game for this one. And
all right.
The kicker himself, Trey Wolf, Mr. Ice Cold, can't ice him. And the reason I'm saying it's a twofer is overtime kicks against Texas and Oklahoma to steal the game. Those are not, they might have been nice yardage kicks, but with how much pressure is on in that circumstance, those are not easy kicks. So for that whole group to get good snap, hold, kick through the middle, great job. And like we mentioned in the past few weeks, like never been iced. Couldn't do it.
Couldn't be iced. I want to make like a TikTok or something with Trey Wolf and people trying to Smirnoff ice him, but every time he's like, he snuffs out that he's about to get iced or something. You just can't ice Trey Wolf. I think that would be a funny little video. Somebody do
Trey
that.
In there.
Yeah, somebody with that. I'll be mentioning Trey later on in this, but all right, Dustin, your number 1, your best offensive play of the season.
I think we might have the same one here. It's Donovan Smith, overtime run versus Texas to win the game. Just broken play, scampers through the middle, and the orange sea parted open for him, and he scampered through the end zone for the touchdown and the ball game.
Well, we won that game on a field goal kick.
That was your tying play? No.
I don't think he had. I think you're thinking about the Houston game because he won on a touchdown run in the Houston game, and Trey Wolf walked us off.
That you had at number 2. Yeah, you're right. I just have my game mixed up. I got to play. Right.
Well, there's a lot of overtime games, Dustin, so it's easy to get those mixed up. But
play was right, team was wrong.
Yeah,
game winning walk in.
My number 1 also comes from the Houston game. Again, it's not the touchdown run there. It is the 4th and 20. It is the 4th and 20 where we thought the game was over, and Donovan Smith finds an open Jaron Bradley to complete the 4th down, which felt like, Dustin, we were right there thinking like this game was over. There was no way you can convert on a 4th and 20. You're able to do that, and then you go on to win the game. And I wonder if this is such a pivotal game, because if you lose that game to Houston, how does your season end up going? Because
you don't get that experience of how you come back against them and then win that overtime. How do you do against Texas when you fall down?
So that ability to feel like that game was over multiple times and somehow come out with that 4th and 20 conversion, tie the game, go win the game. That play, I feel like a lot of the rest of your season is because you were able to convert on that. So Donovan Smith gets a lot of nods for top plays of the season, as he was, despite some of his flaws, still electric whenever he had the ball in his hands and made multiple things happen for him. Catch y'all at the next tailgate.